So I was just going through like some stuff with an estate agent yesterday, and we were talking about, hang on a second. Okay, so you get all these leads coming through, and like let's say they're coming in from a valuation tool, okay, or let's say they're coming in from one of your let's say they're coming in from a Facebook advert that you've got going out with let's say it's got a seller guide attached to it or something like that. Okay, so I was just thinking, okay, imagine this, yeah? Many people don't want to be called. Many people pick up these things and put their details into things because they see it as something that's valuable to them, okay? But being on the other side of that, as a person who owns several properties themselves, I've actually put my details into these things more than once. I'm sorry, guys. Especially valuation tools, especially if I needed one of my properties remortgaged, because I know they're going to ask me, how much is your property worth right now? And I don't know how much my property's worth. So I'll just type it into Google and find out, a valuation tool on the estate agent, and then I just pop it in and see what it comes up with, just to give me an idea. Sometimes the Zoopla, but Zoopla is so inaccurate. I found that the estate agent tools are actually more accurate, so well done on that. But the point is, I don't want an agent to call me. You do know that I own a property, so that makes me a good lead. Point is, though, bloody vehicles going past. Okay, imagine if you had, let's say on your Facebook ad, let's say on the form, you had like a button, 2 buttons, 3 buttons actually, where you could ask them, do you want me to call you right now? They can click that box, tick the box. You could have a calendar link underneath saying, would you like to choose the best time for me to call you? And they can click on that calendar link and go and choose a time that you're available. And you can allocate certain times of day when you know that you're going to be in the office, or when a member of staff is there, or a family member if you want them to take calls. But imagine you gave people the options. And imagine what this differences would make for you. This is the point, yeah? Because like when we were first doing lead generation, our mentor basically told us that for this to work for our clients, they need to call every single lead as soon as it comes through, because if you don't get them within the first 5 minutes, you've basically lost a 50% chance of getting any of those leads ever. Okay, and that's a lot if you're spending money on this. Like, let's say you're investing £1,000 a month in advertising, you're just basically throwing £500 away or burning it just because you're not able to take that phone call in those first 5 minutes, which is scary. Okay, the rest can be nurtured. That's okay, but you've lost so much chance there. Okay. And even if you get to them within the next hour or so, which is some people can manage to, you've only got a 400% chance of them actually becoming your client. So that's just a statistic. I've got to do a video on that. But the point is simply is this. Let's say you could filter at the top of your funnel with these cold leads who actually wants to be called straight away. So you actually know the people who want to be called. Can you imagine that? And that's the person who actually does want to speak to you right now, and they do want you to call them, okay? And imagine if they got an option either for you to call them right now because it's convenient for them in their busy schedule, or they get to choose a time when you're available for you to call them at that time when they feel happy for you to call them, when they've got time to. Imagine that. Now, if you're interested in this kind of thing, tell me, okay? Because there's something we can actually do. And I think it actually would make a lot of sense to do this kind of thing, to filter at the top of funnel. You're still going to get your leads coming through that you can nurture anyway. But imagine just knowing which ones are those leads that you need to call straight away and which ones are irrelevant. Just a thought.